Hi. Greetings. Hello. Hi. It feels so good to be back speaking to this beautiful camera that I know is a portal to very beautiful beings on the other side. I have been traveling the past week, spending beautiful time with my family, with my lovers, with my friends, with my beautiful reflections, and really basking in the gratitude that I have for my soul tribe because, y'all, this is some of the most beautiful times I've ever experienced here on earth are right now, and I have nothing but gratitude. Anyways, we're going to be talking about the illusion of time. I took some mild notes on what I want to speak about, but this is something that I've been talking about consistently in my broadcast channel on Instagram, as well as in some of my Instagram stories. So I just want to dissect what this means deeper for me, as I have been experiencing massive shifts in my relationship with self, my incarnation, and my relationship with the world and time as a concept. Right now, it is 4:37 a.m. as I'm filming this video, and I typically will rest my body for around 3 to 5 hours a day and be completely good off of that amount of time. And I have shared on my Instagram stories how this has been happening, and this has been part of my new elevated state of being. I just need less sleep because I am consuming more light than matter when it comes to my energy. And I'm going to do a whole video dedicated to what this means, but this is really correlated with how I've been breaking the illusion of time and unsubscribing from time as a concept, because I'm starting to recognize the fact that the programming we've been taught growing up, one of them being that we need 8 hours of sleep, is something that no longer resonates with me. And before I dive deep into this video, I want to say that you have to listen to these words with an open mind, and also please understand the fact that this is me sharing my experience as a being in this realm, a being in this earthly realm of Gaia, and you can take what resonates and you can leave what doesn't. This video is just me sharing information that could be helpful for others that are resonant in the journey that I am partaking on. So, yes. Little sip of water before we begin. Cheers. Thank you, water, for purifying our body, and thank you to the water spirit for always updating my DNA codes. I am so grateful for the water element, and it is grateful for me. So, yeah. All right. Okay. The illusion of time keeps us in a mentality of linearity. And this kind of stops us from being able to mold our realities and also mold our mentalities, because we're looking at life in a linear pattern. And that's just an illusion. Time is an illusion, and it's a concept that was built in this earthly realm to keep things organized. It's of the masculine energy because it keeps things very organized. Now, I love organization. I'm literally a Virgo, like, not even trying to get too deep into astrology, but my personality itself is very confined to that of organization and classification. I like organizing things. I like making to-do lists. I like having a calendar. I like having my things really, really set and clear and done. Yet I'm still someone who has unsubscribed from the concept of time. Everything in the concept of time feels so straight and confined, and that's just not how real reality is. Reality is actually extremely moldable. So are our minds, so are our spirits, and so is this entire realm. It's very moldable, like Play-Doh. It's not linear, it's not static, it's not dense. And time really makes this entire reality very dense, because we are confining ourselves into this little hamster wheel cycle of a fake calendar, for example. Sticking and abiding and subscribing to the concept of linear time makes this entire reality very dense. And by dense, I mean things feel very sluggish, kind of boring, because we're keeping into this cycle of a calendar that is really rooted around consumerism. I mean, we literally celebrate the new year in the middle of winter, which is the death season in nature, instead of tuning into the waves of nature and the cycles of nature, meaning that our new year is in March and when the spring equinox finally begins. So we are not only abiding through a calendar that is completely rooted in consumerism and celebrating these false holidays that just are rooted in consumerism, things like Christmas, where we buy gifts, Mother's Day, Father's Day, our birthdays, Valentine's Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, everything, Halloween. Like, all of these false holidays are just keeping us in the cycle of this linear time where we're just subscribing to the calendar and subscribing to day after day. And what this does is we're programming our bodies into being in time rather than being in no time. And by being in time, we are ritualistically every single day aging our bodies. This is also what we do on birthdays, is we celebrate our birthdays every single year. And when people are singing you happy birthday and we're blowing a candle, we're blowing the fire element. I mean, all of this is very ritualistic. It's just we don't look at it that way because we've been programmed to believe that it's a very natural event that happens. But when you start to look at it from a bird's eye view and you start to wonder, why the fuck am I doing this? Is it because I've been programmed to do this my entire life? And I'm not saying that I have anything against birthdays. I think celebrating life is something that should be celebrated, but I do believe we should celebrate life every single day, not just on our birthdays. And we should celebrate love every single day, not just on Valentine's Day. And we should celebrate our mothers every single day, not just on Mother's Day. And we should celebrate Christ consciousness every single day, not just on Christmas. So, you know what I mean? It's like, why are we dedicating just one day to do this when we could be an embodiment of this on an every single day basis, and we can not subscribe to time anymore and not give money into pockets that are already rich, because this calendar is just rooted in consumerism. So, as far as birthdays go, we are aging our bodies by the ritual of birthdays every single year. Going into my 20s, I'm about to turn 30. Oh my God, I'm going into my 40s. Oh my God, I'm getting old. Oh my God, I'm old. That's what a lot of people are telling themselves, and it gets really dense. It gets really dense because we're living in a society that's consistently pushing this anti-aging agenda, specifically to women, but to everybody, to be honest. We're consistently pushing this way of living that's going to be anti-aging. With this entire time, it's like we are naturally anti-aging humans. We are naturally eternal humans. We are naturally never going to die because we are an eternal spirit. And honestly, talking about these type of concepts are so left field compared to the collective masses that are following these programs, that sometimes saying it out loud feels like I'm talking to a wall. Honestly, it's 4:44 on the clock, so I'm just gonna take that as a confirmation to keep going. But yes, like I don't celebrate birthdays anymore. I don't like saying that I'm this age because I don't like subscribing to my age. I truly believe that I'm immortal and I am eternal, because that's what my soul feels most connected to. It's the words that it feels most connected to. And for me to subscribe to a certain age feels very dumb-like, because most of the time I'm operating out of my soul's mission. I'm operating out of my soul. I'm not operating out of my ego. I'm not Carla. I am the soul that's encapsulating this vehicle, meaning that my soul has lived eons. I know that I am an old soul. It's pretty obvious. It's by the content that I'm making, it's pretty obvious. And I'm not even saying that because I think I'm better than other people. I'm saying that because it's just a fact, okay? It's just part of my curriculum. It's just part of why I came here. I've literally descended down to earth, and I have a whole video about this titled Matrix Code 144, which you can go and check out. But that's besides the point. The point here is I'm not an age. I don't like subscribing to age, and I no longer celebrate birthdays. That's something that I now do, and birthdays are no longer something I subscribe to, because I am breaking the illusion of time, and so are all of my reflections. And I don't want to keep aging my body because I don't want to keep ritualistically making this thing about aging my body. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't want to celebrate certain fake holidays. Like, I really think that all of this comes down to discernment and truly tuning into what resonates with your own being. Like for me, on my solar return, which is my birthday, I only had one birthday, and it was when I entered this fucking realm. But because that's the day that I was born. technically. But as far as birthdays, I just rather just not do anything. To be honest, I'd rather just be like, oh, my solar return is here. Cool. Let's keep it pushing. It's like, why are we subscribing to linear time? Why are we thinking that our joy is going to be in the future? It's like we're waiting for something to happen in the future to be joyous, to be in ecstasy and bliss, when really all of that is happening right now. The only moment that exists is the eternal now. Transformation is not in the future and it's not in the past. Nope. It doesn't exist. The only moment that exists is right now. When these words are landing in your beautiful ears, that's the only moment that exists. So it's the only moment that you can do something about transforming your life. It's the only moment that you can choose to let go of past paradigms. It's the only moment that you get to choose to unsubscribe from any programs that you're currently subscribing to that are making you more and more dense. Because we don't want to be dense. Okay? It doesn't feel good, to be honest with you. But I'm only saying this because this is my personal experience unsubscribing from time. Also, what I've noticed is in becoming more light and less matter as a being and becoming more in my crystalline state, which means I'm basically becoming a crystal being. And by crystal, I mean more light than matter, which is what's happening in the beings that are ascending into the 5-dimensional consciousness of the earth. In becoming more light than matter, I need less things like sleep. I don't need 8 hours of sleep. I don't get tired often. I literally don't even sleep anymore because I've unsubscribed from the word sleep because I'm not asleep. I'm just traveling the astral plane. I'm just resting my avatar. So I rest my avatar for about 3 to 5 hours a day. I know linguistics is something that a lot of people don't resonate with. They don't like to shift their paradigms of words. They don't like to get into the depths of the power and frequencies behind words. And I'm not here to teach you that at this point, to be honest with you. Everything is energy, and I like the science behind that, and I will not be subscribing to the word sleep because to me it's kind of boring. I'd rather travel the astral plane. I'd rather rest my avatar because at this point, that's what I'm doing. You need less and less sleep as you follow along the journey. And the needing of less sleep as of recently has cracked the fucking code about the illusion of time because I'm like, oh, time really isn't real. Like I am rising and waking up at 2 to 3 a.m. every single day and starting my day at 2 to 3 a.m. And then I'm resting my body at around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. every single day. And then sleeping 11, 12, 1, 2, waking up back at 3. That's what my routine has been looking like recently. I know it's very uncommon because most people are still living by and abiding by regular clockwork. And I'm grateful enough that I have gone already through my fair share of experiences working at 9-to-5 jobs, and I no longer work a 9-to-5. So I'm grateful enough to say that I'm not completely disregarding the fact that some people are living in a different reality when it comes to their workspace. But even people that are still working 9-to-5 jobs are able to become more light and less matter and are able to need less sleep because I still get a lot of things done throughout my day. It's not like I'm just not doing anything that will make me tired. Like I do a lot of things throughout just one day. So yeah, I hope that made sense. I'm just kind of flowing right now. So I'm just going to let it happen. Something that I have done recently instead of completely subscribing to the days of the week is I have been working with the celestial bodies in the sky and connecting with those bodies to help my connectivity with each day of the week. Because within this entire breaking the illusion of separation, it doesn't mean that, oh, I'm not going to go to work. Oh, I'm not going to go to this meeting because time isn't real. No, that's not what we're doing, love, okay? We're saying time isn't real. It means that we are fully committing and devoting ourselves into the eternal now moment. That's the illusion of time breaking, is that we are always here now. And the here now moment is always in a momentum because there's only one here now, and that's here now until it becomes here now. Until then it becomes here now, and that's the momentum, okay? It's not linear. It's more so singular. It's not linear. It's more circular. It's a cycle. It's cycles. That's why we move in cycles. That's why people are consistently trapped in a cycle. So what I've done to really tune into this and kind of find a balance, because I love being organized. I love having to-do lists. I love having a calendar set up with the things that I have to get done, is I'm tuning into the celestial bodies in the sky, because each day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, are actually connected to celestial bodies. That's where the name's derived from. So Monday is Moon's Day. The moon is all about emotions. Tuesday, I believe it's Mars Day. I'm going to find a list real quick and put it on the screen for you guys so you guys can see. And I will give some examples of how I'm tuning into this. So Monday is Moon Day, Tuesday is Mars Day, Wednesday is Mercury, Thursday is Jupiter, Friday is Venus, Saturday is Saturn's Day, and Sunday is the Sun's Day. Now, how do I connect with this? Is I am connecting one by one with the celestial bodies that are in the sky, and I haven't really fully devoted myself to all of them yet because it's a one-on-one relationship with each one. But for example, Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, so it's very massive. It's all about expansion, and it's all about massiveness. Now, I want to make very clear, because I want to just make this very clear, that my connection with astrology is not one that has to do with judging people based on their sign. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about scientific pulls that celestial bodies have on our gravitational orbit around the sun, because it's not just Earth orbiting the sun, it's every single planet in the solar system orbiting the sun, and the planets do have a gravitational effect on the Earth's consciousness. So I like to tap into these celestial bodies, like Jupiter being very expansive and very large. And what I'll do is Jupiter falls on Thursdays, I believe. Let me make sure. I think it is Thursdays. Yes, Jupiter falls on Thursdays. So what do? Is on Thursdays, I do things that I want to be expansive. I want to be large. I want them to be big. So I post my Instagram pictures on Thursdays. I post my YouTube videos on Thursdays. I make art on Thursdays because I want to make sure I'm tuning into that expansiveness. I want to be big. Now, another great example, Friday is Venus's day. And Venus is all about love. It's all about romance. It's about how we like to be loved, how we like to be treated. So you could go on your dates with your besties or with your partners on Fridays. You can devote yourself to having a bath and loving on yourself, doing your face masks on Fridays. On Sundays, it's the sun's day. Make sure you go outside, tap into the sun. The sun is the masculine energy of this realm. Sundays are great for resets. They're great for planning the week ahead. They're great for organization. I also like to tap into the lunar cycle to tap into my body. As a woman, having my menstrual cycle is connected to the lunar cycle, so tapping into the moon cycle is very important to connect to your actual menstrual cycle, because that's the cycle that we are operating from. So yes, this is a way in which I'm unsubscribing from time, the made-up calendar time, and I am subscribing to celestial time. Time isn't real, but I'm using it as a word, and I'm using it as a concept of a word to deliver the idea that I'm gifting you, deliver the new way of thinking that I'm gifting you. Or I'm just not even gifting, but I'm kind of just explaining, like, this is how I think about this stuff. Anyways, I'm going to end up this video of my unsubscribing from time by saying that it would be a lot more helpful for society for us to unsubscribe from time. And I want to also mention the fact that just because I'm unsubscribing from age doesn't mean I don't align with certain aspects in which age does have an effect on the way we move through society. I do believe that a child is a child and an adult is an adult, okay? That's not what I'm talking about here, okay? I'm talking about the identification with the aging of the body, and also this could be very, very directed. I'm so glad I brought up children, because a lot of adults belittle children because they are of a younger age. And this is something that my parents did to me growing up all the time. It's like I was young, so I was never mature. I was never going to be mature until I was grown. You know, my opinion was never worth listening to because I was just a child. Whole time I'm the oldest being in my entire family because I'm the oldest soul in my entire family, and I'm the black sheep. So, and I'm not saying that to say that I'm better. I'm saying that we should not belittle children, especially if you choose to have a child and bring them into this world. You should be treating the child as pure conscious awareness and treating them with the respect that you treat an adult. Really treating them with the same respect you treat yourself. Everybody should be looked at equally and respected equally in this realm when it comes to their level of consciousness, because age does not define consciousness or maturity at all. Even if you haven't had earthly experiences, you have no idea what soul came reincarnated in a being and the knowledge that they hold naturally within their psyche and within their DNA codes. So that's something also to take in mind. Same thing happens when people grow old. It's like they become disregarded as useless to society, when in reality our elders are the beings in the society that have had the most earthly experience, and they are the beings that we should be going to seek information from, to learn from our ancestry from. Like, our elders are truly just living and walking libraries on earth, and we should not be disregarding our elders just as nothing, just as useless beings. And we shouldn't be glorifying being young, and we shouldn't be completely terrorizing and completely just talking so negatively about aging. Like, what's that about? Why are we not so happy to celebrate life and to consciously age? To be honest, I've even unsubscribed from the whole dilemma that I'm going to age. I consistently devote myself into affirming to my being that I am not aging. I don't age. I am eternal. I am immortal. And I know that sounds kind of crazy. And honestly, call me crazy, but I know that what I'm speaking is creating a momentum of reality shifts in my DNA codes. And I know that my speech is magic because I'm casting spells with my spelling. And I'm not going to spell myself into aging. I'm not going to do rituals that age my body. And that's just the way that I choose to live my life. And if this resonates, then you can take it and you can absolutely grab it. And if it doesn't, then you can leave it and you can just let it be. I just like talking about the ways in which I am going about this earthly experience realm here, and the concepts that I'm no longer subscribing to, and how I am transforming that unsubscription into my new reality, and how I am integrating it into walking this earthly realm and actually still being a member of society while unsubscribing to things like aging, time, birthdays, while also still being very much somebody who is organized, has a calendar, does to-do lists, likes to celebrate other people's birthdays. Like, I'll celebrate a solar return. I'm not subscribing to the fact that I have one or that I'm aging. I'll even maybe blow a candle on mine, but it'll be a completely different ritualistic manner. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be celebrating my eternality, not my fatal eventual death, because I don't fear death. I don't even think death is necessarily something that is going to happen. I don't think I'm going to die, because saying I'm going to die is kind of weird. I don't know. It's spooky to me, to be honest with you. Like, I've completely shifted my entire identity on death, or my entire viewpoint on death. I don't believe I'm going to die because my soul is eternal. So, yeah, and I'm not this body. I've completely unsubscribed from being this body. So, I mean, you can point the finger and say, oh, but your body's going to die, though. I'm not this body. I'm not this body, so I don't know who you're speaking to, but I am the soul that's living through this body, and that's not going to die anytime soon. It's never going to die. It's eternal. So, yes, that is my TED Talk for today of unsubscribing from the illusion of time. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if any of this resonated. Let me know any questions that you have towards my unsubscription from time. I think that I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. It is now 5 a.m. and I will be editing this and uploading it today. So I hope you enjoy, and I love you guys deeply. I truly, truly appreciate the open-mindedness of the beings that I attract to this beautiful platform, and the fact that my experience here on earth can be a divine reflection to other beings that are finding resonance and remembrance in what I'm speaking, because I don't consider this to be content that I'm making. I truly consider it to be very valuable information and artwork that I'm leaving left behind on earth. So this isn't content. This is real life, and this is reality. This is real conscious, real high-level conversations that we're having. And I feel very grateful to have attracted a community on here that understands me and understands the concepts that I'm talking about, because it's all I've ever wanted. And I just wanted to say that, like, young version and little Carla, little me, this girl, she's very happy. She's very content with what I'm doing, and she's very happy that you're here with me. And I know that your young version of yourself is also very happy and proud of yourself. And that's something that I want to finish off this video by saying, is your inner child is extremely proud of you and so happy of the work that you're doing here. And I'm proud of you as well. Yes, before I leave, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the artwork that I make. It makes a really big difference for those that subscribe. So if this resonates and if you enjoy my content, subscribe. It means the world to me. So yeah, I'll talk to you in my next video. I love you so much. Peace to all beings in this dimension and every other one, to infinity and forever. Peace. I love you. Mwah. I look so cute, y'all. Like, not even to be in the ego real quick, but like, shit. Y'all see the skin? Y'all see the face card? I love myself. I really do. I really love myself, and you should love yourself too, because you're fucking beautiful, and there's only one you. So why wouldn't you love yourself? Why wouldn't you embrace your authenticity? Why wouldn't you embrace your individuality as a divine signature, as a divine soul, as a divine, individual, unique soul in this realm? Like, we are all one, but we are all uniquely different expressions of the divine. So embrace your beautiful authenticity. Peace and love. Okay, last kiss. Bye. Look at the nails. Like, shit, I really eat this shit up.
Back on Earth, trying to wreak some havoc. Dang, that was crazy. What just happened? I've done it millions of times, but nothing millions of times. I guess that's where when we die. But I'm back as an indigo, back in the density, back to the days of 3, back to the days of me, back to the days where we see trees are separate.